the previous videos, we've built quite a few voice-based AI assistants. In this video, I'm going to take a pre-built AI assistant which was interfacing with chat only, and I'm going to replace the chat with a voice assistant. So you can use this video as a guide to add voice capabilities to any AI agent that you have in n8n. So yeah, let's go ahead and build it. Okay, welcome to today's episode. In today's episode, I'm going to help you build no, not actually build, actually connect an already existing AI agent that we had created in the previous episode with VAPI. We're going to replace this chat bubble that we integrated earlier. So right now we can chat it with this chat interface, but we're going to replace this with VAPI so that rather than just chatting with this AI agent, you can also talk to it. You can literally call it up, have it send emails on your behalf, and boom, yeah, that should be great. So yeah, let's just really right away get into it. The first thing that we need to do is to go to VAPI's website. So yeah, I am at vapi.ai. You can sign up for free access and it'll just, yeah, it's super easy to do that. You should go ahead to this assistant. Yeah, let me just delete this assistant and create a new one. All right, let's create a new assistant. Let's say Ahmed's email assistant. All right, we want a blank template. We don't want a quick starter. Let's create an assistant. And once you've done this, you'll see quite a few things. The VAPI's fixed cost. Not sure what this is. You've got GPT 3.5 Turbo, Cartesia, and Web. Cartesia will be used for, I think it's the transcribing engine. So yeah, I don't want to use GPT 3.5 Turbo. I want to use GPT 4o Mini. So let's use that. This is the cost, like 8 cents a minute. And the latency is roughly 650 milliseconds for me. The first message, this is the message that the AI voice agent uses to greet you. Hey, Ahmed, who are we shooting emails to today? Yeah, system prompts. Okay. You are Ahmed's email sending assistant. Make sure you do not use dummy emails or assume content of emails. Yeah, this is something that VAPI really struggles with. So even if you use external capabilities and tools, if it is very susceptible to manufacturing information, something that is specific to VAPI and not specific to the underlying foundational models. So if I were connecting with, for example, Whisper or a speech-to-text engine from OpenAI, it wouldn't do the same thing. But VAPI tends to just do this. Like it's a quirk that these guys have. After the model, we've got the transcriber. This is the thing that converts my speech into text, which can then be fed to the LLMs. Then we've got the voice. What kind of voice do we need? So it says Cartesia. Let's just have 11 labs and use Sarah. We can use that. The cost has gone up, you'll see, and so has the latency. So if you want, we can, yeah, this is what happens. These are other also settings that we can use. You can change the stability, clarity, style exaggeration, etc. You can also use the silence time for the agent to respond. And the next menu is the functions. We'll get to this in a bit. The advanced one, advanced tab, which has like start speaking when you wait for these many seconds, smart end pointing, on punctuation settings, etc. Some settings that you can change. And then you've got the analysis of like what happens behind the scenes. For example, if I go right now and talk to the assistant.
Shooting emails to today.
Hey, can you help me send an email to Nathan telling him that I want to reschedule our paddle match?
Sure. Could you provide me with the new date and time you'd like to propose for the panel mass match? Also, any specific details or reasons you'd like to include in the email?
Yeah, I think let's just do Sunday at 10 p.m. Yeah.
Got it. Here's a draft for your email to Nathan. Subject: request to reschedule panel mass match. Hi, Nathan. I hope this message finds you well. I would like to reschedule our panel mass match.
Sounds good. Let's just send it.
I can't send emails directly, but I can help you finalize the email draft. Here's the complete draft for you to copy and send.
Thank
Subject:
you.
request to reschedule.
Yeah, you'll see that it cannot send this email. It can draft those emails just like a normal assistant would, but it does not have this external capability of connecting to my emails. And that is where these functions come in. And it is super easy to configure these, to be honest. So like, let me just go ahead, create a new tool. I go over here, I create a new tool. It says custom tool, make tools, or go high level tools. This is make.com triggers. This go high level is, I think, a CRM, which can connect, which we can connect to as well. Let's just use the custom tool, and it says server URL for your custom post endpoint. Now, this might be something that people who don't have a background in computer science or software development might be stumped by, but it's super easy to get this. So yeah, the way you do this is you click on add here, and you click just like we discussed. We need a webhook. I click on webhook, and this is the test URL for the webhook. It says get over here, but you'll see in Chrome it says server URL for your custom post endpoint, and HTTP method. We convert it to post, and yeah, this is the URL that we have, and that's it. We don't need any authentication right now. We want to respond later. The response can come later. So yeah, this is the URL, the test URL that we got from n8n, and we click on save. And now we have our custom tool. I click on next. It says define the schema which the LLM should generate, right? So I want what do I really want from the schema? I want I want a message or an action from the schema, right? I want it to give me something like an instruction. Instruction, and the property is basically what does the user want me to do? I have access. Yeah, let's just use this for now. This is the instruction, and yeah, it is required. We want this to be required as well. And yeah, the description of the tool. The name of the tool is Ahmed's email sender tool, right? This tool has access to Ahmed's contacts and his emails. Use this to find his contacts and this to send emails, right? Let's just use this for now. Very basic description. And yeah, we have the email sender tool right now already. The description is here, the instruction is here, and let's just see what it does. So for example, if I were to go to the assistant, I click on email assistant, I click on functions, emails. I need to give it access to Ahmed's email sender tool. And now you'll notice that it now will at least trigger this webhook whenever I ask it anything related to the email, right? So yeah, let's just do this. Just do nothing. Let's just do nothing for now, right? And see what happens. So if I click on test workflow over here, and I go back and click on talk with assistant. No, I think I need to publish it first.
Emails to
Publish it first. And now I need to talk with it.
emails to today.
No, I don't want to send any emails today. Tell me what is the capital of Belgium?
The capital of Belgium is Brussels. If you have any other questions or need assistance, feel free to ask.
Yeah, okay. Do you have Nathan's email in my contacts?
One moment. It seems I couldn't find Nathan's email in your contacts. If you have any...
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, what you'll see is for a brief moment, it triggered this webhook and this node as well. And you see we've got two texts, we've got the item as well. If I click on this webhook, I'll see that it has given me all of this information, right? This is all of the information that I got from VAPI. And you'll see over here, instruction is check if Nathan's email is in his contacts, right? So this is something that we need to provide to, we need to wire to our AI agent. And once we do that, then it'll just be, it'll be golden, right? So let's just see how we can do that. So up until this point, we already have all of this information. Over here in the JSON, you'll see like in the body, we have email sender tool, and the instruction is check if Nathan's email is in his contacts. We need to pass this instruction directly to our AI agent and replace it with this chat message. And then it should start working. So yeah, if I just delete this, let's delete this node as well and try to wire this to the AI agent, then yeah, we should be able to get this information to the AI agent. Let's just see what happens. Let's just test the flow again and see what happens. Talk with assistant.
Emails to today.
Hey, can you check if I have access to, if you have access to Emily's email?
Just a sec. It seems I couldn't retrieve any information about Emily's email access. Would you like me to assist?
Yeah, you see what happened here was like we got the information, we passed it on to the AI agent, but then you'll see like error in subnode window buffer memory, no session ID was found. So earlier we were using the chat node, which played really well with the window buffer memory, but now it doesn't play as well anymore. Now the session ID we were taking it from the previous node, but now it doesn't know like which conversation the chat is coming from. So for example, if we have an AI agent which is talking to 10 different people, I don't want my chat to be confused with the second person's chat, and like the history shouldn't get intermixed. And that's why it needs the session ID. Let me just quickly try and find what the session ID could be over here. So for example, let's just scroll down and see tool call list. Like we've got all of this. Let's just see the schema, right? In the schema, we've got the body, the tool call list, artifacts, call, and call ID, right? This is basically the call ID over here, you'll see, right? So in the JSON, if I go here, it'll say call. Yeah, basically the call ID, right? So I'll just click here. I don't want to take it from the previous node. I want to define it below, and I want to take it from the webhook node, call, and call ID, right? And this is the key that I want. I just grab this call ID from here and paste it in here. So now it knows that it needs to get this call ID. So every time, so when I'm having this call, all of the messages get stored against this call, and it has access to my historical messages as well. So yeah, hopefully this should fix that. And let's see what happens. Save this.
Today.
Hey, yeah, do you just want to check if you have access to Emily's email?
I can check if I have access to Emily's email in your contacts. Would you like me to do that?
Yeah.
This'll just take a sec.
All right.
It seems that I don't have access to Emily's email in your contacts.
All right. So now the previous issue got resolved, but now we have another issue, no prompt specified. Let's see what that means. So I go here and I see, yeah, the prompt says take from previous node automatically. So we replace the chat prompt with, so earlier, whatever we sent in the chat was getting passed to this AI agent, but we don't want that, right? So we want the message that we get from the user to be passed on to this, right? So, and that is super simple. We want the system message to be the same, but we want the instruction that we get from VAPI that we sent from the schema there to be reflected here. And that we should be able to find it somewhere here. Check if I have access to Emily's email, right? This, right? And what's that essentially? So you scroll down, you'll see body, message, tool calls, and the instruction. This is what we need. Let's just drag and drop this. Yeah, this should work, but however, I would replace this with something which is more safe. So for example, if you don't have any tool calls, it should be like .first or something like that. And yeah, and let's see what happens now. Let's just save this.
Emails to today.
Hey, can you check what Nathan's email is?
This'll just take a sec. It seems that I couldn't retrieve Nathan's email address. Would you like to provide any other details or ask about someone else?
Yeah, let me just stop
Please.
you. Yeah, okay. So it seems like quite a lot of things happened here, but we still didn't get this back to VAPI. What did really happen here? So let's just see that. So I go to executions. This succeeded, and yeah, we had the OpenAI chat model. Yeah, it has Nathan's email address, and it was able to send that back to. It was able to calculate that just like it was doing it earlier, but there's no way for us right now to respond it back to VAPI. We're receiving stuff from VAPI over here in this AI agent, but we're not responding. We're not telling VAPI that, hey, this is what we got, and for that we need to do a few things. Yeah, if you're not really familiar with webhooks or API calls, you might want to just check that in n8n's basic course. They've got a phenomenal course about JSON structure and APIs. If you do that, you'll have more knowledge on this. But basically, up until this point, the AI agent is doing its thing, but it's not responding back with the information. That is something that we need to change. Right now, the webhook is responding immediately, and we don't want it to do that. We want it to respond using respond to webhook node. The other thing to do it is like respond when the last node finishes and return data of the last executed node. We could do that, but that won't be exactly what we want. We want to use the respond to webhook node to do this. Once I do this, it says insert a respond to webhook node when you want to respond. I click here, I say webhook, respond to webhook. And at this point, I should be able to respond with, and at this point, I want to respond with the custom JSON body. Now, yeah, before this, I need to go to VAPI documentation tools, right? I want to see, yeah, developer documentation. I want to see how VAPI expects me to respond to it. Documentation. And we go here and we go to custom LLMs, custom voices. We don't need this. We basically need tools, tool calling, right? Tool calling, this is the structure. This is what we got. Like we got the type, message, function, all of these things that we used. Applying the payload, example modification, server response format. This is what we're looking for. We need to give VAPI these two things. We need to give it, number one, the tool call ID and the result. Let's see how we can do this. So let's just copy this over here and bring it back to VAPI, respond to webhook node, paste this over here. This is kind of the thing that we need to send back to VAPI, except that the tool call ID needs to be replaced with the tool call ID and the result needs to be replaced with the result. The result is super simple, right? So we're getting all of these things back from the AI agent and we need to send it back to VAPI. So the result is super simple. We delete this and we just use the output and send it to VAPI. That's super simple, but we need the tool call ID as well. For that, we'll need to go back to the webhook node, which we first got, where we got the information from VAPI. Yeah. And we need to find the tool call ID over here. So body, tool calls, and ID, right? You see, you got the body, you got the tool call, and this is the first ID that you have. And yeah, super simple. Delete this and replace this with the tool calls ID. So theoretically, all of this should work. But yeah, let's just see what happens. Let's just go ahead, delete all of this, test workflow, and try a new call.
Emails to today.
Hey, do you have access to Nathan's email address?
Hold on a sec. I couldn't retrieve
Right.
Nathan's email address. Would you like to provide it or?
No. Yeah, so something went wrong. Let's just see what went wrong. It says the invalid JSON in the response body field. Let's just see what happened. Something is not right. Yeah, okay, let's just see the result. Oh, yeah. So basically, we've got this white space over here, which is making things hard for the JSON to process. So because like you'll see Nathan's email address is also written in double quotes, which is confusing the result over here. So one thing I can do is json.output to JSON string. All right, and for that you just need to add this json.stringify, and you need to just change it with json.output, and you'll see that it has added these backslashes, which will make it safe to be sent to n8n or in generally the correct JSON format. Okay, let's just try it once more. And I think this also gives you a good inroads into how frustrating it can be sometimes to program and to code and to build these workflows, because it might seem like a very simple agent, but then you've got to really encounter these errors and fix these. And these are pretty normal. Anybody who's been developing or is a software engineer, they know like this is like probably 70% of their job. So yeah, let me just click and trigger this workflow again, talk with assistants. Let's see what happens.
Emails to today.
Hey, can you tell me what Nathan's email is?
One moment. I couldn't retrieve Nathan's email address.
Okay,
Would you like me to help?
Let's see what happened here. Let's see what we got wrong here. So yeah, Nathan's email address is this. Yeah, it should have worked though. In the response body field. One way to check if the JSON is correct or not is to just go to online JSON editors, paste this in and see if it renders. Yeah, this should render. Somehow it is not rendering. Let me just save this and refresh this, and just to be sure. Okay, let's just use VAPI again.
Emails to today.
Hey, do you have access to John's email address?
Give me a moment. It seems I don't have access to John's email address.
Okay, so we've once again run into an issue, and see what that is. I might have just missed something. Okay, go over here. Okay, yeah, I think obviously we're missing these brackets, these marks here. I think now we should be good. Yeah, let's just let's save this and run it once more.
Emails to today.
Hey, do you have access to John's email address?
One moment. Yes, I have access to John's email address, john.doe@dispostable.com. How can I assist you with it?
Great, that's awesome. Can you? No, I don't want to talk to John. Can you just send an email to Nathan telling him that I won't be able to make it to the paddle match today?
Just a sec. I have sent the email to Nathan letting him know that you won't be able to make it to the battle match today. Is there anything else you need?
Yeah, I mean, like, it would have been great if it was paddle and not battle, but that's okay. Okay, you make mistakes. I understand that. No problem. Yeah, I think that's good. Have a good day.
If you need anything else in the future, just let me know. Have a great day.
Bye. Yeah, so as you guys will see that we really got this email, and it is now wired with the AI agent that we created earlier. If I click on this, you'll see like you've got the subject as well. Same with the text and everything. So all of this is here. We have something that is wired with VAPI. You can literally call it, and you can tell it to, like, you can keep adding your context in the demo context if you want. You can add some more information against this as well. For example, if you want to talk to Nathan in an endearing tone and maybe Emily in a funny tone, for example, you could literally do that and write contextual emails. You could write email writing instructions against those people as well, and make it like more smarter as time passes. So yeah, that is my fully broken down tutorial on how I would build, I would wire VAPI with n8n, have both of these tools play well with each other. So yeah, I hope this helps you, and let me know in the comments what you think about this, and what kind of videos do you want me to make after this that can help you. Have a great day. Bye.